Regarded as one of the greatest midfielders to play the game, and arguably played in one of the greatest teams to play the game, we're now beginning to see the type of manager that Xavi is going to be. And that's what we're going to take a look at in today's video. We're going to take a look at Xavi's tactical profile. As always, I will leave timestamps and chapters below. I'm Coach Reese. Let's get into the video. On paper, Xavi's Barcelona line up in a 4-3-3. The profile of their midfielders is something that is slightly different to how we would usually expect the 4-3-3 to line up. The remainder of the formation, so the defensive and attacking units, are as we would expect. Xavi has made excellent use of his squad throughout the season and will constantly rotate from game to game. Ter Stegen, Busquets, De Jong and Lewandowski have been constant figures within each game. Once in game, Barcelona will quickly move to a double pivot through Busquets and De Jong. The double pivot really aids Barcelona during build-up and progression, along with the defensive security that we would expect from a double pivot. Within the modern game, we're starting to see teams move away from their formation that we see before the game very quickly, depending on whether the team are in possession or out of possession, and that's something that we're going to see within Xavi's Barcelona. But that doesn't mean that the formation's irrelevant. The formation provides the structural foundation for the team to utilise both in and out of possession as they start to move towards those shapes. Barcelona will play out from the back and their build-up shape will be a 2-3, which we would expect from a team using the 4-3-3. With a diamond present between Ter Stegen, the two centre-backs and Busquets, this diamond is really important when playing out against a team's press, because it will really aid in how the team penetrate the opposition's initial pressing line. Once the ball is in open play, one of the two midfielders, more often De Jong, will move towards the ball side to support and create an overload to progress the ball more efficiently. With one of the midfielders moving towards the ball to support the progression forward, it reduces the chance of the ball becoming isolated, along with allowing Barcelona to smother the ball very quickly if it is lost. When playing out from the back, it's incredibly important that the team are able to take the ball beyond that initial pressing line, because as we move that ball beyond pressing lines, we can consider those defending players out of the overall defending structure. So having a player like Busquets is incredibly important because not only is he really effective at receiving beyond that pressing line, he's also really effective at receiving the ball under pressure from defending players. Also, when playing out from the back, it's incredibly important that we don't allow the ball to become isolated. And this is where the movement that we see from De Jong or the other supporting midfielder to create that overload is really important. Xavi initially prioritised 1v1 supremacy in wide areas. Dembele and Rafinha both allowed this to happen. So Barcelona would initially be attempting to isolate defending fullbacks, with both Dembele and Rafinha being excellent ball carriers, and in 1v1 situations, this allowed Barcelona to get a lot of success. As the seasons progressed, we started to see Xavi move towards midfield superiority, and to achieve this, Xavi would be used as a false winger. Xavi would begin as the left winger on paper, but very quickly move into the left half space with the intention of receiving between the lines and then playing that killer pass into the supporting forward players. In order to maintain width and stretch the opposition's defensive structure, the left back will be required to overlap Xavi as he makes this movement into the half space. Finally, Lewandowski is incredibly important. He may look to make movements in behind the opposition's defensive structure, but a key part of his role is to drop into the spaces between the opposition's defensive and midfield lines to receive and link up with other players, or this movement may create space for his teammates as he engages defending centre-backs. Lewandowski is vital for Barcelona, and Barcelona will generally look to finish each attack with a shot from Lewandowski. This is because of the profile that he has and the strong finisher that he is. He's able to score goals from chances that might not be perfect. It's also really interesting to see how Xavi deploys his wingers and whether it's utilising wingers who are really strong in those 1v1s and they look for that supremacy in wide areas, or whether they use Xavi as a false winger who's going to come into the half spaces on the left side. The counter press is really important for Xavi, and his in possession approach is organised to quickly regain the ball should it be lost. The close proximity of players, along with the diamonds used, allows for players to hunt in packs quickly and smother the opposition player in possession and regain the ball. The 3-2 rest defence within Barcelona's attacking shape is really important for limiting the opposition's ability to progress the ball centrally. This helps limit counter-attacks and again supports Barcelona in regaining the ball quickly. Barcelona are relentless when pressing. Lewandowski and the two wingers are incredibly aggressive, pressing as a 3, with the supporting midfielders marking the opposition midfield players. The fullbacks within Barcelona's press are primed and ready to join in if the wingers are beaten. With this approach when pressing, the high line that Barcelona use, along with the amount of players committed forward, does present some challenges, because if the press is beaten, there becomes a lot of space available for the opposition to attack in behind Barcelona's defensive line. So that's a look at Xavi's tactical profile with a focus on his Barcelona team. So what are you thinking and what are you making of Barcelona and Xavi so far this season? I'd love to hear your thoughts, so drop them in the comments below. As always, if you have found the video useful, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. I've been Coach Reese. Have an amazing day.